played Old School RuneScape for any amount of time, you'll realize pretty quickly that you need a membership. You can still grind free to play to get gold or XP points, but if you're going to want to use any of the level unlocks, you're going to need a membership. On top of most of the quests being locked behind membership and about 70% of the playable area. I could be overestimating that, but that's what it feels like. Some of the coolest looking locations in this game are in the member areas. I would almost say you don't even start the real game until you get the membership. But once you decide to actually pull the plug and get it, fork over that hard-earned $15, it's gonna be quite the experience. From the info overload, thinking that you know how to navigate until you get into the newer worlds and all the new damn teleports, you'll almost ask yourself if you want to continue. So in this video, we're going to look at the free-to-play to membership jump. Some people go straight into membership, but I personally wanted to see if I even liked the game at first, which I end up liking it to a scary amount, where I'm playing it too damn much. Now, if you enjoy this RuneScape content, go ahead and leave a like on the video, but let's jump into this early membership experience in 2025. Now, like I said in the intro, you will be humbled again by how confused you are. I think the most confusing part is probably learning all the new navigation systems with the canoe, the teleports, the different jewelry that can teleport you, such as the games necklace or the ring of dueling, and navigating all the new zones and trying to figure out where the hell you are. I thought I was the RuneScape Marco Polo until I got humbled by all this. There's also a good chunk of the skills you have to learn, which are all not that hard to learn with a couple guides, but they're all very overwhelming at once. And the game could have been even more confusing because some of the early builds had sub-skills such as good magic, evil magic, pray good, pray evil. Now, of course, they simplified a lot of these skills into the ones we know today, and most of those didn't even make it past 2001. Another humbling experience can be trying a quest level that's a little bit too high, getting damn near one-shotted by a level 80. Went into the dungeon thinking your mithril armor was the greatest thing known to RuneScape, but learned real quick it's not. With a lot of these new features, it even gives you a place to rest your head. Now, in RuneScape, one thing I did not know is that you could have your own house. There's an entire building mode with many different rooms you can unlock, which quite a few seem pretty useful. Now, it is a preset layout. You're not going to be making no Minecraft insane builds in this, but it is still a feature that honestly surprised me that was even in the game. Basically, your entire construction skills use. Now, on top of being able to customize your different rooms, you can also move your house through different cities. I think there's about 8 different locations you can move it to. So as you start getting to the higher level zones, you can move your house with you at least. You can even invite other players into your house with the guest access, so you guys can debate on how you arrange your pre-made room, which there's definitely not optimal guides for that on the wiki. Now, this is the main way that you level up your construction skill, but there's also a quest you can go on, which leads us into our next segment. Now, there are almost 200 quests in Old School RuneScape, and just over 150 of them are membership quests. So you go from having about 20 quests on your list to well over 100. Part of you is so excited with how much content is in the game and how big the world opens up. There's another part of you that's also a little scared with how much time you're about to be putting into this game, wondering if you regret it 10 years from now when you realize how many hours you put into it. The grind is real in this game, so there will be hours put in. Especially as your levels go up, you start to realize that it takes longer and longer to get to the next one. And all these quests that you just unlocked all have level restrictions all the way up the board. But there are also a lot of quests that give you insane amounts of XP. If you go on the wiki, there's optimal guides of the best quests to level up quickly. One of the best early game quests to do is a quest called Waterfall, which instantly grants you like 20 levels on melee. And you have a good amount to complete to even unlock teleports to cities. And a lot of these quests have a lot of cheesy humor with the puns and jokes, but it almost gives it a little charm. And there's many base Monty Python references in this one. But with a lot of these quests, you do kind of want to do a lot of the optimal ones in the beginning, just so you can boost a lot of your early levels fairly quickly. And this is where the Old School RuneScape wiki comes in. The wiki for Old School RuneScape will be your best friend in this. It tells you what you unlock with the levels, which you're gonna miss a lot of the unlocks. It's not like you're always gonna press continue in the chat box. Reddit is the place you go to if you have a very specific problem, but for the overview, definitely use the wiki. There's a lot of guides on the quests, best equipment, any new updates that hit the game. You'll probably find most of the context on the wiki. With almost 3 million edits and almost 40,000 articles, there's definitely a decent amount of information you can get off of this. You got different money-making guides, travel guides. It's almost a must to have the wiki open while you're playing the game. There's also a good list of the early co-op events you can play, which lead us into the next segment. Now, minigames are the co-op features in old school RuneScape. You've got your combat minigames, your skilling minigames, miscellaneous, long list of minigame-like content. There's also some minigame bosses, which are actually my favorite, such as Wintertodt and Temporis. There's PvP events if you're tired attacking NPCs, such as the Arena, Last Man Standing, which is like their Battle Royale mode. Now, a lot of these minigames are for the higher levels, but there are quite a few that you can play in your early membership. Maybe having to grind one skill for a bit just to get the requirement. I think the Temporis boss is a good way to start out. Pretty sure you need 35 fishing, and it gives some pretty decent rewards, and a very slight chance at a pet too, which the pets in this game are fairly rare. These are the minigames where if I start to get tired or burnt out of the game, I just join to be around the community. Once you see a screen full of players running around, it kind of revamps your love for the game here and there, and gives stuff that you and your friends can finally do, which if you got some buddies around your same level, you're gonna have a lot of fun exploring the world together. So definitely check out minigames in your early membership. You might even be able to be witness to some of the wildin' conversations in chat. I know I have. Now, I wouldn't rush to learn absolutely everything. I have a friend who's been playing the game for years and he still hasn't even touched certain parts of it. Do what you think is fun. Level up your core skills or a specific skill to do a quest or a mini game. The wiki, like I talked about earlier, can tell you all the skill requirements. Maybe download it on your phone so you can do some AFK stuff, but I guess that's if you're really deep into this game. But almost like the advice for the brand new players, take it at your pace. You don't have to learn every new skill and every new quest within the first day of membership, or even the first month at that. But that was it for the early membership video. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that I missed or didn't cover, but this is at least my early membership experience, which I'm sure a lot of the new players have the same canon events that happen to them, such as a lot of the stuff I talked about in this video. It's such a massive game and I'm just getting started on it. You don't need to keep up with the World of Warcraft players who are basically speedrunning the game. I don't think we've ever seen speedrunning servers before recently, but I could be wrong. The game has blown up in so many different ways and I hope it continues to have this momentum for years to come. I do still feel like they need to add a lot more to the early game and the mid game to get a lot of the new audience to stick around. But you of course got to still focus on that newer end game content too to keep all the OG players happy. They've got a big project ahead of them to keep this momentum up, but all the OG dedicated players will always be around. They take extended breaks here or there, but they always come back. But if you enjoy these RuneScape videos and you lasted this far, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We're less than 1,000 away from 20K. Also leave in the comments some other old school RuneScape topics you want me to cover, whether it be guides or stories from the community. I'm of course going to be releasing my own videos, but it's hard to know all the damn lore in this game. And I also want to thank you guys for the support on the last RuneScape video. There was a bunch of positive comments, which the RuneScape community mostly is, so I appreciate y'all for that. But I guess other than that, I'll see y'all on the next one, man.